At 21 years old, I found myself drifting into a world unlike any I had experienced before. A world of danger, bloodshed, and victory. A world of Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons is a fantasy role-playing game. The way Dungeons and Dragons actually started out was as a war game. They thought that they wanted to add a little bit of magic in because they wanted to differentiate their game from all the other games out there. They also thought that it would be nice to add a little bit of progression so you could stick with your character and continue on, leveling up. With D&D, there are a lot of different races, a lot of different classes, halflings, dwarves, elves, orcs, all the classic fantasy things.
My character's name is Betsy. She is a cleric. Betsy's origin relates back to she was a chef in the war.
In the Dragon Wars.
In the Dragon Wars.
Yeah.
She cooks great meals and...
She cooks dog wonderfully. Great dog.
Great dog. Other members of the party do not approve of eating dog. However, when a dog attacks us, it's fair game.
My character name is Ari. Ari is a knight, and he was a warrior fighting to keep the Dragon Empire together when it was falling apart. And there he met Betsy because they were separated at birth. They joined together, and we met our friend Melina.
Melina is my character, a rogue changeling who has as many identities as she does stolen weapons. Together, we three, and anyone brave enough to join us, battle against evil.
The Dungeon Master in this case is the person who's leading the story of the Dungeons and Dragons. He's the person who plays the role of everybody who isn't a player. So he's all the monsters, he's all the people that they talk to, he's the narrator of the story. Really, when you get down to it, that's what Dungeons and Dragons is all about. It's just getting together with a bunch of friends and cooperatively telling a story.
Our DM only has about 3 voices for characters, so...
Makes it fair.
Yeah, so it's either Cockney Woman, Austin Powers, or
Scottish.
Or Scottish, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Master!
I mean, he's trying, we know that.
A good Dungeon Master will try to make a lesson. You go on noble quests. You want to save something, or you need to rescue someone. Collect an ancient relic that's been lost for many years. Save a town from destruction. When you're engaged in combat, you roll your 20-sided dice, you roll your 8-sided dice, 4, 6, 12, 10. It's a lot of dice. In D&D, there's a general rule. The higher you roll, the better the outcome. The Dungeon Master has a certain set of numbers that all lay out the numbers that you need to get higher than. So when the player wants to do something, you roll a 20-sided die. Did you get higher than what you need to get? Success. People, they don't always take their characters super seriously.
Not that I haven't tried to have sex in D&D. Well, not have sex, but have romantic relations in D&D. I recall once we came upon the dragon, Farlax.
He went as far to say that the dragon, Farlax, that her eyes were beautiful.
If you ask me, in my experience with, women and dragons, she was on to me. She wanted Ari real bad. As evidenced by her saying, I think you better leave right now, which in my experience means take me.
Sometimes the table talk can get a bit ridiculous.
Shit just got real in D&D.
Pretty crazy stories can get brought up.
As David, Betsy, and I are dragonborn, we're very large, we're muscly, we're intimidating, we're hulky. When we first started intimidating, first time we ever tried it, we just thought, what are we going to do? And our first impulse is we should hold them against a wall and then pop their testicles.
If you are a male out there, you know that any pressure to the testicular area is frowned upon.
The lightest graze can make it hurt. So if you can imagine a large dragon with a hand like this and claws pinching your testicle, better tell them what they want to know.
When it comes down to a dispute, you listen to the DM because he is the person who is there to handle the disputes.
As a cleric, one of my abilities is to make water. Lately, I haven't really found a use for it.
Ever.
I've always felt that in real life, when somebody gets hit in the eyes with water, it annoys them, and they must, as a result, they have to clean their eyes out because it's something that people don't like. My DM, on the other hand, feels as though it's not realistic to a sense.
3.75.
I think I attacked you so many times within that 6 seconds. You should never argue with your DM.